If you feel uncomfortable talking about money, good. That discomfort might be the reason you'll build wealth, while others stay loud and broke. You don't flex numbers. You don't explain your plans. You don't argue about investments at dinner. Not because you're insecure. Because you're strategic. Most people talk about money to feel important. Quiet builders use silence to stay focused. In this video, you'll understand the psychology behind people who build wealth in silence, and why avoiding money talk protects your habits, your discipline, and your peace. And the first reason? It explains why the loudest people about money usually grow the slowest. You don't talk about money to impress anyone, because deep down, you already know what's going on with your numbers. You track your income, your expenses, your habits, and that gives you real confidence. This is personal finance at its core. Control beats applause every single time. Validation fades fast, but financial education sticks. That's how a strong money mindset quietly starts to form. Think about movies like The Social Network. You notice how real power isn't loud, it's focused. While others are flexing online, you're checking your cash flow, adjusting your money habits, and stacking clarity. You don't need likes to feel secure when you know exactly how to make money work for you. That calm? That's financial psychology in action. When you focus on control, you stop making decisions to look successful and start making decisions that actually build wealth. You budget because it gives freedom, not restriction. A simple move like automating savings or tracking expenses weekly can shift your entire financial future. These finance tips sound boring, but boring is what builds stability long-term. You also stop explaining yourself. You don't justify why you drive a modest car or skip expensive nights out. You know your plan. You know your timeline. That silence protects your personal finance goals from outside noise and bad advice. It's one of the most underrated habits of people who truly understand how to make money grow. And here's the real twist. Once you stop chasing validation, your focus sharpens fast. You start seeing patterns others miss. You feel less pressure, less anxiety, more control. But that's just the surface, because the next shift is even deeper, and it changes how you see yourself and money altogether. You understand something most people never slow down enough to realize: money is a tool, not your identity. Your bank balance doesn't define your value, your intelligence, or your future. Once you internalize that, your financial psychology shifts hard. You stop panicking over short-term losses and start making smarter personal finance decisions with a long-term money mindset. Think about the pursuit of happiness. You see how the struggle didn't make him less capable, it sharpened him. When you separate who you are from what you have, you gain emotional control. That control protects you from impulsive moves, like chasing risky investments just to feel caught up. That's one of the most powerful habits behind real financial education. When your self-worth isn't tied to your net worth, you stop spending to prove something. You don't buy stuff to feel important or respected. Instead, you ask better questions. Does this move help me build freedom? Does this align with my plan? Those questions alone can save you thousands over a few years and completely change how you make money decisions. This mindset also makes investing clearer. You don't attach your ego to a single stock, a side hustle, or a business idea. If something doesn't work, you adjust instead of spiraling. That's how people stick to proven finance tips like dollar-cost averaging, long-term ETFs, or reinvesting profits without emotional burnout. And once you stop letting money define you, something interesting happens. Your stress drops, your focus improves, and your decisions get quieter and sharper. But there's another level beyond this, because the people who truly win don't just think differently, they watch differently. And that's where the next step changes everything. You don't rush to talk about money because you're too busy watching how it actually moves. You pay attention to patterns, behaviors, and habits, yours and everyone else's. Instead of flexing opinions, you study outcomes. That awareness alone puts you ahead in personal finance and sharpens your financial psychology in ways most people never experience. Think about shows like Suits. The real power players aren't the loudest in the room, they're the ones reading everything: tone, timing, leverage. You do the same with money. You notice who's always broke despite high income, and who quietly builds wealth with average pay. Those observations become real-world finance tips you can actually apply. By observing more, you catch mistakes early. You see how lifestyle creep sneaks in after raises, or how emotional spending spikes after stressful weeks. So you build habits like weekly money check-ins or tracking expenses by category. Small actions like this can easily free up 10 to 20% of your income over a year, without feeling deprived. You also listen before you act. Instead of jumping into every hot opportunity, you research, compare, and wait. You learn how to make money by watching what consistently works: boring investments, long-term thinking, and disciplined systems. That's financial education most people skip because it doesn't come with hype. And the more you observe, the quieter you get, not out of fear, but out of clarity. You start trusting your judgment more than opinions. But there's a trap waiting for anyone who stops talking, and it's comparison. And that's exactly what the next step protects you from. You protect your focus by refusing to measure your life against someone else's highlight reel. You know, comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy a solid money mindset. When you stop talking about money, you also stop absorbing other people's spending habits, fake success, and quiet debt. That alone keeps your personal finance decisions clean and intentional. Think about Mad Men. Everyone looks successful on the outside, but behind closed doors, chaos rules. You get that? So instead of copying lifestyles, you compare your progress only to your past self. That shift in financial psychology keeps you grounded and helps you apply finance tips that actually match your reality. When you avoid comparison, your spending changes fast. You don't upgrade just because others do. You ask, does this move help me build freedom in 5 years? That question alone can stop impulsive purchases and redirect thousands into investments, emergency funds, or skills that help you learn how to make money sustainably. This mindset is especially powerful online. Social media pushes constant signals of more, faster, better. You counter that by setting personal benchmarks: savings rate, debt reduction, net worth growth. These habits turn financial education into something practical, not performative. And once comparison loses its grip, your goals get crystal clear. You move at your own pace, with less stress and more confidence. But there's one more layer that makes this mindset unshakable: how you make decisions when no one's watching. That's where the next step comes in. You don't make big money moves in the heat of opinions, pressure, or group chats. You slow down. You think. You decide in private. That calm decision-making style is one of the most underrated habits in personal finance and a core pillar of strong financial psychology. Think about Moneyball. While everyone chased flashy players, the real wins came from quiet, data-driven decisions. You do the same with money. Before investing, switching careers, or starting a side hustle, you run the numbers, sleep on it, and revisit the plan. That alone protects you from emotional mistakes that cost people years. When decisions are private, impulsive spending drops hard. You're not reacting to friends, trends, or urgency-based marketing. Instead, you apply finance tips like waiting 48 hours before big purchases or setting rules for investments. Those simple systems can save tens of thousands over a decade. You also gain confidence in uncertainty. Markets move. Income fluctuates. But because your choices are intentional, not reactive, you stay steady. That's how financial education turns into real-world discipline and how you learn how to make money without burning out. And when your decisions are calm and quiet, something powerful happens over time. Results start stacking without noise. But the final shift is even more subtle, because eventually, you don't need to explain anything at all. And that's exactly where the next step takes you. You don't announce your plans, because you understand that consistency beats hype every time. Instead of talking, you execute. Quiet discipline compounds fast in personal finance, and over time, your results start saying everything for you. That's a money mindset built on habits, not applause. Think about Rocky. No speeches, no flexing, just early mornings, brutal consistency, and trust in the process. You treat money the same way. You automate investments, pay yourself first, and stick to boring systems. These finance tips don't look impressive today, but in 10 years, They create undeniable outcomes. When you let results speak, pressure disappears. You're not stuck trying to prove progress. You track metrics instead: net worth growth, savings rate, debt reduction. A steady 15% savings rate over 20 years can turn average income into real freedom. That's financial education most people ignore because it isn't flashy. You also stop chasing shortcuts. You know how to make money through repeatable actions, not viral ideas. Side incomes grow slowly, skills compound, and confidence deepens. That patience is a sign of mature financial psychology. And once results replace words, your silence carries weight. People start noticing without you explaining a thing. But there's one final layer that protects everything you've built: the power of words, and the power of holding them back. And that's where the next step goes deeper. You're careful with your words because you know they shape your reality. You don't overshare plans, fears, or numbers with people who haven't earned that access. Silence isn't weakness for you, it's strategy. In personal finance and financial psychology, knowing when to speak protects your peace and your progress. There's a reason Proverbs 13 verse 3 says, "Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life." You felt this play out in real life. Every time you talked too much, doubt crept in, from others and from yourself. But when you stayed quiet, focused, and consistent, your money habits stayed intact and your decisions stayed clean. Think about The Godfather. Power isn't loud, it's controlled. You apply that same mindset to money. You don't announce raises, investments, or goals. Instead, you let structure do the talking: separate accounts, clear rules, automated systems. That's real financial education, not motivational noise. When you respect silence, stress drops. You stop defending choices and start refining them. You read smarter books like The Psychology of Money or Your Life. You build habits that help you understand how to make money without burning mental energy explaining yourself. And once you master silence, something clicks. Your mind gets sharper. Your focus deepens. Your confidence becomes unshakable. At that point, you're no longer reacting, you're leading yourself. And that's exactly where everything comes together next. Remember how overwhelming it felt to constantly compare yourself to others, to feel behind even when you were doing your best? Now you see it clearly: silence gave you clarity. You stopped chasing validation and started building control. You learn how money habits, financial psychology, and personal finance actually work together when you protect your focus. You're no longer reacting, you're choosing. And that alone already puts you ahead of most people. Now here's the real question: what happens if you actually apply this consistently? What could your life look like in 6 months if you stopped leaking money emotionally? In 3 years if you stuck to habits that compound? You don't need more noise, you need repetition, structure, and the right finance tips at the right time. This is how you learn how to make money without burning out or feeling lost. Before we go further, do this for yourself: hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss content that can genuinely transform your relationship with money, your mindset, and your future. Every video here is built to help you think clearer, move smarter, and build financial education that actually fits real life. And if you're ready to go deeper, not just understand this mentally, but apply it step by step, then you'll want to check out Holistic Health: Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life. This isn't theory. You'll learn exactly how to restructure your money habits, eliminate financial stress, create passive income streams, get out of debt strategically, and keep mental clarity even under financial pressure. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. This is your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment.